The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
14:20 in the morning, 14 minutes and 20 seconds worth of sports talk to get you through your daily commute. Hot takes, recaps, best bets, and a little humor to get your day going in the right direction. Sit back, grab your coffee, and let's get into it. All right, 14:20 in the morning for this 31st day of May, 2023. Another month gone by. It's been a great month here at 1420 World Headquarters. Anyways, today's show is brought to you by SeatGeek.com, the SeatGeek app. Use promo code, as always, 1420pod at SeatGeek.com today and save yourself $20 on your first purchase. Remember, we are part of the Belly Up Media Network. Go to BellyUp.com and check out all the great articles and other great podcasts that are out there after you listen to the 1420 Sports Bar podcast on a daily basis. 14:20 in the morning. Thank you for making us a part of your morning each and every morning here on YouTube Live and on Facebook Live. And then for the podcast listeners later on this morning, once I get this up and at them, don't look now, but Aaron Judge is heating up. He is on fire for the New York Yankees, a much improved Yankees team over the last few weeks. But yeah, Aaron Judge, 3 home runs so far in this series in Seattle. Remarkable stretch that he is on right now. The home run last night, 2 the night before, with a game to go tonight, also in New York or in Seattle, where he loves hitting. He's a .375 batting average over his career since 2017, 10 home runs, 19 RBIs, I think it is, since he's gotten there or gotten with the Yankees and playing in Seattle. Loves hitting there. But what's extremely remarkable about the home run totals and the season that Judge is having so far is that he's matched his home run totals where he was last year, and the rest of his stats are actually even better than they were last year. At this point, more runs scored, a higher batting average, more RBIs, and this was missing 10 games so far this season with that lat injury, I think it was. But it's remarkable the season that Judge is putting together. He's doing exactly what he's being paid to do for the New York Yankees. That $40 million contract didn't weigh him down his wallet a whole bunch so far this season. Yeah, it might be the first year of this contract that he's got the 9-year deal, but so far so good for the Yankees and for Aaron Judge, the way this has gone out. Pinstripes can be very heavy, like I've said before. And yes, I am a Yankee hugger. I get it. That people probably get sick of me talking about this, but every once in a while, I get to talk about the Yankees. What I want to talk about a little bit here on 14:20 in the morning. But like I said, his batting average is higher. Like last year, he did all he could do. He bet on himself. He got the record contract, and he was the MVP of the league. And you think about his stats being better this year so far. I'm not a stats nerd by any means. Wins and losses are the only ones that really matter to me. But you think about the stats he's putting together when he was the MVP. He's probably on pace to have that kind of a season again, and got to think he's a front runner for the American League MVP as of right now. You got to think that what he's doing with nobody really hitting behind him, with Rizzo being out of the lineup with the tweaked neck, and he got Willie Calhoun, I think it is, hitting behind him right now. Whoever Willie Calhoun, I think he went 2 for 4 last night, anyways. But it's quite remarkable what he's been able to do with nobody hitting in that lineup behind him, and every pitch that he sees, he gets one good pitch or 2 good pitches in a baseball game. He handles it either with a home run or a double. His numbers are unbelievable. What he's doing with the bat, Aaron Judge, is to me right now, and I don't think it's close. I don't think it's an arguable thing. I don't think there's a better player in baseball right now. Take Mike Trout out of the equation right now. Take Shohei Ohtani out of the equation right now, because Ohtani's bat is struggling a little bit. But what Aaron Judge can do on a night in, night out basis, stays healthy. Like I said, he missed 10 games. What his numbers would be like, but right now he is the best player in baseball, and I don't think it's even there's even a question for or a debate to be had with Aaron Judge and what he's been able to do for the Yankees. You got to think what it makes a guy wonder if Arson Judge would have signed with the San Francisco Giants, as he was rumored to in the offseason last year in November when all that was going down, and Arson Judge was Bob Nightingale or somebody had I can't remember who the reporter was that said Arson Judge, but it's remarkable to say the value of Aaron Judge to this Yankee team is. If he would have gone elsewhere, what would they have replaced him with? When you got the best player in baseball, how do you replace that in that lineup and in the outfield, where he plays a Gold Glove outfield on a night in, night out basis? That catch that he made the other night in Seattle, where he robbed Teoscar Hernandez of a home run, was an unbelievable play, a Gold Glove kind of level play. Was something that doesn't happen on a daily basis. Only Aaron Judge can make those. Not only Aaron Judge, but Aaron Judge can make those plays look a little bit easier than the average guy, just for the sheer size of the guy. 6'7", 300+ pounds. and the amount of field that he can cover out in right field, whether it be in the Bronx or anywhere else throughout the major leagues, you got to judge his MVP to that team and to that game. It's remarkable to watch how good this guy is. And being a Yankee fan, it's a pleasure to watch this guy on a nightly basis. And I hope that other people don't just because he's a Yankee just turn the channel and don't watch him and everything else, because there's a lot of Yankee haters out there that don't tune into the Yankees because they don't want to hear all this crap on a daily basis. But people should be tuning in to watch this guy. It's must-see TV night in, night out. You don't know how many home runs this guy's going to get. If he had somebody hitting behind him, like a Giancarlo Stanton's going to come back. Eventually, he's hitting in Somerset last night, along with the president of Josh Donaldson fan club. Josh Donaldson was down in Somerset as well, and he had a 2-for-4 night, I think. Double-A pitching nonetheless, but he's still round ball, round bat. You got to hit it square, and he did that last night. It'd be interesting to see if Donaldson can come back and put some kind of a season together. I'm not holding my breath waiting for it, but it's one of those things that, as a Yankee fan, you hope that one of these guys can put a season together a little bit and give Judge a little bit of a reprieve and let some bats around him, so he might see some more pitches as the season progresses, because it can get a little bit tough. There's no doubt about that. A little bit tough when you don't see any pitches and you just get one or two a game that you have to handle, and you got to take full advantage of that. And it's remarkable to watch Judge, what he's doing. I look for him to hit upwards of 50 home runs again. Getting to 62 is going to be tough, but you never know what this guy could come up with. I didn't expect him to get off this kind of a start for the season, because he had such a great year last year, and the way everything went for him, you didn't expect for him to just to tally on that and to keep things going. Yeah, but you look at his numbers since 2017 when he came up full time with the New York Yankees. He's at the top or second pretty much every category, and I think he's only behind the old Mike Trout train in WAR by just percentage points. He's leading the league in WAR right now. He's ahead of your main man Shohei Ohtani, whose WAR goes up because he pitches and everything else. But he's ahead of Ohtani in WAR this year, and everything else he's doing. It's something to behold what Judge's been able to do. And since 2017, how he's been the leader of that team, it's been a great thing to see. And will the Yankees, who are now in third place, only 5 games behind the Tampa Bay Rays, who they've been dropping a little bit. You couldn't expect them to keep up that pace, but how the Rays lost 2 to the Chicago Cubs, which is kind of strange considering how bad the Chicago Cubs are and that National League Central. But you got to think that the Rays are going to take a little bit of a step back. They're not going to keep that pace up. And if the Yankees can put some kind of a streak together, you never know what they might end up doing. But you look at that Baltimore team, somehow they're only 3 games out, and they're playing some great baseball. Aaron Riley, a good friend of the show and friend and podcast, Brutally Honest Sports Podcast, he's a big Baltimore Orioles fan, and I was going to bug him a little bit yesterday on the old Twitter machine about Aaron Hicks signing with the Baltimore Orioles. What's that going to do to that locker room? Are they going to go on a 10-game losing streak because they got Aaron Hicks now? And I'm happy that Hicks is out of Yankee pinstripes, but I'm not. You never know what might happen. Baseball can be a crazy sport, and he plays a few games for the Baltimore Orioles. You never know what they're going to get. He could come to the Bronx and stick it up the fans' asses who were booing him pretty vigorously for the last 2 or 3 seasons. So Judge probably have a bit of a chip, or not Judge, I mean Hicks will have a bit of a chip on his shoulder when he comes back to the Bronx. I should have looked up what date that might be. Make sure you tune into that one and see what Hicks can do for the Baltimore Orioles. Hopefully they can keep things going. It's good to see the city of Baltimore getting that team. They've had a bit of a struggle as of late, as everybody knows, but it's good to see them right there in the American League East race, 3 games out. You never know what that team can do. They got to stay hot. Got to play you can only play the games that are in front of you and win the games in front of you, and they're doing that on a nightly basis. That Gunnar Henderson's a hell of a ball player, by the way. But anyways, back to the Yankees a little bit. Judge, you got to wonder what that pitching staff's going to do, how that's going to all come about. Garrett Cole, I'm not too concerned about yet. He's still not that guy. He's still not that closer, that shutdown ace you'd like to have. Nestor Cortez had a very nice start last night, but you don't know what you're going to get out of him. But he had a great start last night, so hopefully he can keep that going a little bit. It's one thing to talk about that 2017 team. I'm kind of bouncing around here a little bit, but who cares? Whatever, doesn't much matter. That 2017 team, how great they were with Didi Gregorius, and you had Judge coming up, and then you had a guy by the name of Gary Sanchez, who's supposed to be the next coming of Yogi Berra or Thurman Munson in pinstripes, and the way he just kind of he's out of the lineup now, and he got out of the Yankees. They got rid of him. Went to Minnesota for a while. Then he was with the Mets for a cup of coffee this week, and now he played last night for the San Diego Padres. It's crazy to think how you just your once promising career and how it's just supposed to flourish and how it can be done so quick. I mean, 2017 is quite a few years ago now, 6 years. But it's just funny how he was supposed to be the next great Yankee catcher, and now he's not in the Yankees organization, not in the Mets organization. Now he's a San Diego Padre for who knows how long. It's funny to see how you just run out of games if things don't go right in your career, how it can end so quickly for these major league guys, because there's another guy barking up the tree right behind you. If you go in a bit of a slump and everything else, it's see you later, and that's it, or you get injured or whatever it might be. And it's funny to think that if he would have maybe just listened to Joe Girardi, because Girardi was hard on him. Remember, Girardi was a catcher, and if he would listen to Girardi, where Sanchez might have been and how his career might have flourished, and he got babied a little bit by Aaron Boone, and so that got him out of the league and everything else. And it's tough to see a guy who was once supposed to have this promising career, and everybody was cheering for him to have a great career. It just the El Kraken thing back in the day, and how he just didn't work out for him, and it's crazy to think that Gary Sanchez is basically one step away from being out of the big leagues, and it's odd to see. But it's going to be interesting to see how Aaron Judge can go the rest of the season, see if he can keep this up, see if he can stay healthy, see what can happen, and see what numbers he can put up. Because like I said, his numbers are better right now, right across the board for his offensive numbers, and that's without having the 10 games off. So he's on pace, same amount of home runs. I think it's 63 that they said, but on pace. Who knows how that can go? You can go to a hot streak and you can go to a cold streak. But Aaron Judge, he's the best player in baseball. You can get back to me and rant today, as you can see, and at _1420 at Twitter. I want to hear people's thoughts if you think Aaron Judge is the best player in baseball, if it's disputable, if you think that he isn't the guy that I think he is. But I personally think that Aaron Judge, and it ain't close. I like Ohtani, obviously. I like Trout, not that much, as you people who listen to the show. But right now, Aaron Judge for me, and it ain't close, is the best player in baseball. I want to hear your thoughts. Get back to us at Facebook or Twitter, and let me know what you think about Aaron Judge and the New York Yankees, and how the season is rolling up for that gentleman with the $40 million contract in his pocket. And to me, it's going to be well worth it. 6 years from now, we'll see how that goes, that big body goes. But right now, it's worth every penny that they paid for him. It's scary to think where the Yankees might be without him. They're 5 games out now, but without Judge, where would they be without him? And what would they have replaced him with in the offseason if Arson Judge would have signed with the San Francisco Giants? But anyways, there's my talk for the day, and here at 1420 World Headquarters. And remember, go to righteousfelon.com for their craft beef jerky, and use promo code BELLYUP and get 15% off at righteousfelon.com on their craft jerky today. righteousfelonjerky.com. It's just righteousfelon.com. It doesn't much matter. Anyways, on this day what do we got here? In 1987, at Northlands Coliseum in Edmonton, Alberta, the Edmonton Oilers beat the Philadelphia Flyers 3-1 in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals to win their 3rd Stanley Cup championship. Oilers goal scorers, all future Hall of Famers, Mark Messier, Yari Curry, and Glenn Anderson led the way, and some guy named Wayne Gretzky added 1 assist. Ron Hextall won the Conn Smythe Trophy despite being on the losing side. He stopped 40 of 43 shots, pretty much willed the Flyers to Game 7. It was the Oilers' 3rd Stanley Cup in 4 seasons, and the 2nd finals victory in 3 years over the Philadelphia Flyers. I remember it well. Those were great hockey games, and Hextall was on fire. It was unbelievable that that team got as close as they did, because with that Hall of Fame lineup and that all-star everything that they had in that lineup, it was a great series. Rough and tumble Flyers back then. It was a fun series to watch. And on this day, the Oilers won their 3rd Stanley Cup. And happy 51st birthday to Dave Roberts, born on this day in Naha, Japan. He's a military kid. Roberts is currently the manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Roberts played in 10 Major League Baseball seasons with stops in L.A., Cleveland, San Diego, San Francisco, and probably most famous, this one burns me a little bit, most famous for the Boston Red Sox Game 4 steal of second base, as you just seen if you're watching on YouTube. Mariano and Jorge and the whole bit, and that changed that whole series around. You remember the Yankees were up 3-1 or nothing at that point, looking for the series sweep, and the Red Sox came back in 2004 and won that series. Many people contribute that steal of second base that Roberts did to propel the Red Sox to their first World Series championship in 190,000 years, I think it was. The length of time gets longer to Red Sox fans for that World Series championship in 2004. And also, I want to wish my mother a happy 75th birthday today. Happy birthday, Mom. We love you, and thanks for bringing us into this crazy world and for all the fun memories we've had over the years and all the many more great years ahead. So happy birthday to my mother, Margaret Radlinsky, her 75 years young today. We'll see her later on today. Anyways, thank you for being a part of the show today. Thanks for everybody who's watched on YouTube and Facebook Live. We'll make sure we get these out to you guys on a daily basis. Follow us on Twitter as well and Facebook, and hit subscribe on the YouTube channel as well, because it helps promote the show. Thank you very much for everybody listening to the show today. And remember, everybody, it doesn't matter where you are, it's who you're with. Have a good day, folks, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the high-five strangers guy, game-winning interception, first down, just a nice solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
You just listened to the 1420 Sports Bar Podcast. 4 beer with sports talk and a whole lot more. We are